All right, before we talk about the forbidden footage, let's talk about how I met Penta and Fenix. In 2013, I went to Mexico. I went down to do a couple of tours. Fenix was the first guy I met. Fenix was the guy that everyone was talking about. People kept talking about how he's making a name in AAA, how he's doing all these crazy dives and flips. Sure enough, all the hype that everyone was talking about, this guy was that and then some. So when we finally had this match, I think there might have been 5 or 6 of us in this match all at once. I only have a few pictures from that day. I know I picked him up for a DVD, spun him out into a cutter, rolled back, and then had him in a dragon sleeper. The only reason I know that I did that in the match is because I have the pictures of it. I'm not sure if I pinned him and eliminated him or if he pinned and eliminated me. I just remember meeting the guy and he was living up to the hype that everyone was talking about. Penta. Okay, so if I met Fenix in June or July 2013, I remember meeting Penta in October because of the way he was dressed. By now he had the face paint and the eye contacts and all this stuff. But I remember thinking like, this guy looks like a fucking monster. Like this guy, the person, when I met him as him, right, before any of the events or anything, we were doing radio stuff and he just had his mask on. It was normal guy, nice guy. When he painted himself, when he put the contacts on, he was Penta. Like he turned into something else. So to me, the transformation, that's why I remember it was in October, because this guy fucking transformed into the character. So this was another tour. We did 2 days this time in the middle of fucking nowhere. And getting there sucked. I went from Tepito, Mexico, all the way to Villahermosa by bus. We get there, we do radio. That night, we do an event. That night, I remember Penta just being not scared, but worried because there was a bunch of fucking bats flying all over backstage. The next night, we do another event. And then from there, we had to do the big ass drive home in a bus. But the bus ride was where we really connected. It was a long, long drive. And the whole time, these guys are just talking about wanting to make it in wrestling, trying to learn English. And Penta specifically kept showing me these PWG videos over and over and over. And Fenix and him were saying, we just want to get to PWG. They got over with the crowd because these guys have always wrestled with their heart. They've always been hungry and they've always given the fans everything. They're gonna wrestle for you. When they go out there and they say, we give it 100%, they really give it 100%. They really made their name in Lucha Underground and they made their debut in PWG. By the time these guys made their name all around the world, they ended up in AEW. And I saw them again because I was flying myself a lot to go be an extra in AEW. I really wanted to be in AEW. I liked what it was about. I liked the message they were giving out. The matches were different from everything else. So I was flying myself over from LA to Jacksonville just to be seen by the company. So during my time as an extra there, I'm talking to my friends, I'm hanging out, I'm trying to be seen, I'm trying to do whatever I can to get in this company that I want to get into. And me and Penta start just talking about like, we've always talked about goals and what we want to do and what we want to get to. He was asking me what I wanted. And I'm telling him that, you know, I want to be here. I keep flying myself from LA to Jacksonville to try to be seen. They were happy having matches there and everything. And they had done so much already. They had done Japan and Germany and PWG and tag titles everywhere. But he asked me, what do you think we're missing? And it's almost always the same thing for a luchador. You need to know English. You need to be able to talk. You need to be able to communicate with the people. You need to be able to get in the ring with the live microphone and then tell people what your intentions are or why you feel like you feel or why you're challenging who you're challenging. So I'm telling Penta this, telling him, you guys have everything. You've always had everything. You wrestle with your heart. You give the fans everything. You have the characters, you have the moves, you have everything, but you need to talk. You need a talker. And that's where this video comes in. So the video you're gonna see is edited, right? There's gonna be cuts and edits, blurs and stuff like that for copyright reasons. But the final result was a video that was done in one take. I put in some B-rolls, I sent it to Penta and I go, present this to them and see what they run with. So here's the video, you guys decide if it was good or not. Enough is enough. You guys been trying to hide talent for far too long. Over here, we have the man that made the underground famous.
Yo soy Penta.
That's what you've been keeping off your television screens because you know that you do not want the type of violence that this man brings to your company. And let me not get started on this, the most athletic luchador, the man that's reinvented Lucha Libre, the man that is changing the scene inside the ring every single time he steps in there.
Simple. Del Mexican. El único. Rey Fenix.
Penta, el cero miedo. Rey Fenix. Los hombres que han reinventado la lucha libre en Estados Unidos y mundialmente. If you don't understand what that means, it's okay, because now they have a voice. Now, finally, someone's here to speak for them so that you understand what we're here to do. These are the Lucha Brothers. These are men that when you are in a ratings war, you want to put in the front lines because they are the soldiers that started everything. These men are the best tag team on the planet.